didn't watch over under, Chris Roberts took it handily. No offense to you, Greg.
Thanks.
But you, Chris, have a chance to speak your mind. Just look at the camera and tell us what's on it.
A lot of great local sports going on this weekend. The Barons and Raiders start on Thursday, the first of 2 games in football. I mean, you got the Lloyd Bobcats Friday and Saturday against Fort McMurray, and there's also the Rage plays Saturday and Sunday, and the Rohan or the AAA Bobcats, play again also on Sunday. Just a ton of great hockey and sports going on this week.
Yeah, a lot of great teams. Midget and Bantam teams had some pretty decent results over the weekend, so not too bad. Like I said, the Baker Hughes Bobcats. Hey, we still have time for a few more comments, and let's talk about the Toronto Blue Jays. Omar Vizquel, 24 years in the league, will officially retire once the season ends. He came out last week saying that the Jays run too much of a loose ship. They let too much go throughout the season and need to jump on mistakes. And I think he said also, it just alludes to veteran leadership, more responsibility from the managers, a bit more communication with the players, and then they'll have them going the right way. You have to at least respect Omar Vizquel because he's been around, he's been on championship teams, he knows what it takes to be on a winner. Do you take anything, do you take heed, or do you think that actually Omar Vizquel has got a point?
I agree with him. I mean, when one of your better veteran players is Ricky Romero, who, I mean, look at his season. There's no accountability, I don't think. And you got guys like Brett Laurie. I mean, if you ever checked his Twitter feed, you know what kind of a person he is. And no, I just think they're a really young team, and they do need that veteran help.
You know, anybody that knows it better is him. He's been around baseball for as long as some of those guys have been alive. And I think if he's saying that about your dressing room, about your clubhouse, I think you need to listen and you need to take action with it. I think Escobar's little eye patch incident, that shows you nobody's held accountable in that dressing room right now. He can walk out in the field of play like that. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? If you look at it in the situation, like you mentioned, he is a veteran. He knows what it takes to be on a winner. And it's not like this team doesn't have talent. He did go on to say in the article, look, they got some great players. You have Jose Bautista and Edwin Encarnacion, guys who have great bats. You have J.P. Arancibia, who's a great catcher. And you got a rotation that is promising. But you have to look at it. What should the Blue Jays do in order to take that next step? They did have a lot of injuries, but now they got to move forward. What will they have to do to become successful in 2013?
Just almost what you said. I mean, they just need a string of luck. I mean, if they can, avoid those injuries, a guy like Ricky Romero bounce back and maybe add that one veteran piece to the lineup and also to the pitching staff, they'll be okay. Yeah,
they need veteran. They need some healthy arms, but they really need somebody in that dressing room that's a leader. They need somebody that can say, if a guy's screwing up, you're screwing up, and hold these guys accountable. Because it's obviously the coaching staff and management isn't, but you need players that are going to hold each other accountable, and you need that veteran presence if you want to move ahead.
Is Jose Bautista that guy?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Great player, but you can be a great player and not be a leader, and you can be a leader and not a great player. So then there's a lot of kind of a mix between those two out there in baseball, and I think right now they need to go and find a great leader to put into that clubhouse and to show the guys how this is done, and this is how you perform as a Major League Baseball player. All
right, quickly, guys, you saw how successful the Baltimore Orioles have been this year and will make the playoffs. It's still to be determined if they'll win the AL East or finish up in one of the 2 wildcard spots. But do you think the Blue Jays have an excellent chance, say, next year?
I mean, they could potentially do the same thing. They have the pieces there, but it's just a matter of putting it all together, and they just weren't able to this year.
It's a tough American League East, tough division, and you're playing against some great teams all the time, and they have to be a great team for them to compete. And they do have great young talent. They have some talent coming up throughout the end of the season there that looks great for their future, but at the same time, it all has to gel together, and everything has to come together, and it has to work out just perfectly for you. Boston Red Sox are a prime example of that.
That's true. All right, Greg, you've always been a consummate professional on the show. Thank you for coming on this week. We'll see you next week. Chris, it was awesome having you on. Definitely have you on in the future. And thank you for joining us. Please join us on our Facebook page, and we'll see you next week on The Gloves Are Off.